Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Foreign Languages, SOFL, Bachelor's Degree Programs, Bachelor of Arts, BAG, Skill Enhancement Courses, BSLS 183 Elementary Spanish, Block-1 Vamos a conocernos, Unit 2 de dónde eres, Introduction. In this unidad we will learn some basic structures of Spanish language that are used to ask for and give personal information by asking who someone is, saying your nacionalidad, nationality, or place of origin. We will also discuss some more basic stress rules to understand how Spanish words are pronounced. To begin with, this unidad will familiarize you with short phrases used in daily conversation. Objetivos. In this unidad, you will learn to ask for and give personal information, talk about nationality or place of origin. To do this, you are going to learn the following language points: personal pronouns, verbs, ser, interrogatives, dónde, adjectives of nationality. When personal pronouns are used, it is generally for emphasis, contrast, or to avoid ambiguity. 2.1.2 El verbo ser, ser verb. Remember that in Unidad 1 we learnt the conjugation and uses of the verb llamarse when asking or giving names. Now we are going to learn a very common verb ser, to be, is generally used when asking and giving personal information, for instance, to ask someone's name, place of origin, nationality, and profession. Let's learn how this verb, ser, is conjugated and practice its usages. Notice that verbs in Spanish change according to what the person refers to: ser, yo soy, I am; tú eres, you are; él/ella/usted es, he, she is; nosotros/es somos, we are; vosotros/es sois, you all are; ellos/ellas/usted son, they are. To ask someone his or her name, we can also say ¿cuál es tu nombre? What's your name? Or we can say ¿eres Alberto? Are you Alberto? Confirmation, or es usted señor Perez? Are you Mr. Perez? Formal way, culture tip, ¿cómo te llamas? Is more common in Spain, while ¿cuál es tu nombre? Is more common in Latin America. Grammar tip: conjugations are the forms of the verb depending on the subject. For example, to play is the infinitive, or original, verb, and play and plays are the conjugations. Yo juego al cricket. I play cricket. Él juega al cricket. He plays cricket. To tell your name, you can say, Yo soy Alberto, I am Alberto, or mi nombre es Alberto, my name is Alberto. Grammar tip: note that you use este when introducing a male and esta when introducing a female, and estos for a mixed group and estas for a group of women. Grammar tip: notice that in the last example, al is a contraction. Whenever the preposition a, to, or at is followed by the definite article el, the two words are joined together. A el equals al. Culture tip: in Spain and Latin America it is customary to greet female friends and family members by kissing them on one or both cheeks. However, the most widely accepted greeting is the handshake if you are not sure or comfortable. Among men it is more common to greet friends with a hug or a pat on the back. In formal or business situations the norm is to shake hands. 2.1.3 Países y nacionalidades, countries and nationalities. Remember the conjugation of the verb ser, to be, that we learnt in the previous section. Here we will learn to use this verb to talk about someone's nationality or place of origin. ¿Cuántos países reconoces? How many countries do you recognize? These are the countries in the list. 1. España, Spain. 2. Japón, Japan. 3. Argentina, Argentina. 4. Mexico, Mexico. 5. Chile, Chile. 6. China, China. 7. Russia, Russia. 8. Francia, France. 9. Italia, Italy. 10. Polonia, Poland. 11. Turkey, Turkey. 12. Alemania, Germany. 13. Brazil, Brazil. 14. Colombia, Colombia. 15. Inglaterra, England. 16. Panama, Panama. 17. Peru, Peru. 18. Thailandia, Thailand. 19. Ecuador, Ecuador, 20. Morocco, 21. India, India. To ask someone's nationality or place of origin, we use the following sentence, construction, de dónde eres tú? Where are you from, informal, de dónde es? Where are you from, formal, and we reply by using the Spanish construction, yo soy de India, y2. I am from Delhi. And what about you, yo soy de España? I am from Spain. Grammar tip, notice that we have used the interrogative dónde, where, to ask the question. The preposition de, from, is placed at the beginning of the question, de dónde es Julio? Where is Julio from? In the answer, the preposition de comes after the verb ser. Grammar tip, we don't capitalize the nationalities in Spanish. Similarly, we don't capitalize days of the week, months, languages, and religions. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre japonés y española? What is the difference between japonés and española? The nationality is usually very similar to the name of the country, as we can observe in the above table. Also, we can identify the gender of the nationality by looking at the ending of the sustantivo, noun, which is o for the masculino, masculine, and a for the feminino, feminino, form, masculino feminino, Brasilino Brasilina, Brazilian, Indio India, Indian, Peruano Peruana, Peruvian, Chileno Chilena, Chilean. There always exist exceptions. There also are words that do not follow this pattern and end in a different letter. For example, words ending in consonant, we add a. Español Española, Alemán Alemana, words ending in e/i, do not change. Estadounidense Estadounidense, Morocci Morocci. Grammar tip, remember, in Spanish, when you describe the noun with an adjective, the adjective's gender should match the gender of the noun. Normally, the adjective comes after the noun and masculine adjectives usually end in tho, and feminine adjectives in a. For example, amiga, bonita, pretty friend, alumno simpático, nice student, casa limpia, clean, house, etc. Some adjectives are neutral, mainly those ending in e, and their ending remains the same. For example, intelligent, arrogant. Similarly, the adjectives of nationality agree with the person described. For example, yo soy español. I'm Spaniard, man speaking. Yo soy española. I'm Spaniard, woman speaking. Escucha el audio 14 y repite los nombres y las nacionalidades. Listen to the audio 14 and repeat the names of these countries in their nationalities. País, country, nacionalidad, nationality, masculino/femenino, Alemania alemán/alemana, Argentina argentino/argentina, Brazil brasilino/brasilina, Chile chileno/chilena, Colombia colombiano/colombiana, España español/española, Francia frances/francesa, India indio/India, Inglaterra Ingles/Inglesa, Mexico mexicano/mexicana, Panama panameño/panamena, Peru peruano/peruana, Portugal portuguesa. 2.1.4 Artículos definidos y indefinidos, definite and indefinite articles. Artículos definidos, definite articles. The definite articles always precede the nouns and accurately determine people or objects. For example, mas/sing. El cuaderno, the notebook, fem/sing. La mochila, the bag, mas/plu. Los cuadernos, the notebooks, fem/plu. Las mochilas, the bags. As you see in the examples above, the definite article exists in two forms equating with. The English form then always corresponds to the number and gender of the noun, masculine, el, and feminine, la, as singular and masculine, los, and feminine, las, as plural. The plurals likewise in English as in Spanish end with es. For example, book libro, books libros. However, there always exist exceptions. There also are words that do not follow this pattern and end in a different letter. For example, el hombre, man, la mujer, a woman, comma, el árbol, tree, la fuente, fountain, el mar, sea, el problema, problem, el mapa, map, el sistema, system, etc. Artículos indefinidos, indefinite articles. Let us take a look at the sentences in the previous section. When we are talking about the nationalities in Spanish, we don't use the indefinite articles. We don't say, yo soy un indio. Yo soy indio, the indefinite article agrees with its noun in both gender and number. In English we have a, an, or some. But in Spanish we find un for masculine singular nouns, or una for feminine singular nouns, as the equivalent substitutes, for example, mas/sing. Un estudiante, a student, fem/sing. Una estudiante, a female student, mas/plu. Unos estudiantes, some students, fem/sing. Unas estudiantes, some female students, also unos or unas, which translates some/any in the sense of undetermined number, or a certain quantity, unos hombres, a few men, unos 50 kilos, around 50 kilograms. Remember, to make plural of a word ending with a consonant, we add es, such as ordinator, sing. Es equals ordenadores, plu. Estos son los 10 idiomas. These are the 10 languages above. 1. El alemán, 2. El polchao, 3. El italiano, 4. El chino, 5. El coreano, 6. El hindi, 7. El inglés, 8. El francés, 9. El español, 10. El japonés, vs alguna semejanza entre la nacionalidad y el idioma. Do you see some similarity between the nationality and the language? Normally, the language is the masculine form of the nationality. Grammar tip: remember, in Spanish, we do not capitalize the first letter of the names of languages. 2.1.6 Los números, numbers. Grammar tip: 2 is personal pronoun, which means you. 2 is possessive adjective, which means your. Grammar tip: we conjugate the verb ser in the third person, because we refer to the telephone number and not the person. As you can observe in the above dialogue, we have used the numbers to share the contact information. So, now let's learn more about Spanish numbers and how to count from 1 to 100 in Spanish. Let's start with the basics. Here are the Spanish numbers from 0 to 10: 00, 1 uno, 2 dos, 3 tres 4 cuatro, 5 cinco, 6 seis, 7 siete, 8 ocho, 9 nueve, 10 diez. Grammar tip: if you look at the numbers once again, you will find that the numbers 1 to 15 do not follow any pattern, while for numbers from 16-29, you can follow these steps. 18 is equal to 10-8, i.e., diez y ocho. It gets contracted into 18. 19 equals diez y nueve. It becomes 19. Likewise, numbers from 21 to 29 also gets contracted in one word. For example, 22 is equal to 22, i.e. 20 y2 equals 22. 27 is equal to 27, i.e. 20y7 equals 27, whereas, for numbers above 30, the contraction does not happen. For example, 35 equals 30y1, 45 equals 40y5, 87 equals 80y7. Grammar tip: in Spanish the negative is formed by placing no before the verb. For example, yo no soy mexicano, I am not Mexican. In Spanish construction, the negation always goes before the verbs. In many times the negation is repeated. For example, ¿eres chileno? Are you Chilean?
No, no soy chileno. Soy argentino. No, I am not Chilean. I am Argentine. Culture tip: if someone refers to you in tu, you also respond in tu. Let us try to use the Spanish construction and vocabulary learnt so far in a dialogue. Radhika is a student of Spanish. She is meeting her Spanish teacher Pedro Quintano for the first time. Read the dialogue below to learn how they introduce each other. Oh, hola. Buenos dias, ¿cómo te llamas? Oh, buenos dias, profesor. Me llamo Radhika. Why, tú, me llamo Juan. ¿De dónde eres? Oh, soy India, de Nueva Delhi. Why, tú, soy colombiano, de Bogotá. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Oh, yo tengo 22 años. Bienvenida al aula de español. Oh, gracias, profesor. Culture tip: we can respond to the question, ¿de dónde eres? By telling our nationality or our place of origin. It depends on the context. If the other person knows our nationality, we tell the place where we are from, place of origin. 2.2 Las reglas de acentuación, accent rules. Generally, Spanish pronunciation is plain pronunciation as the words that are written do not differ in the way they are pronounced except few cases of syllables that are stressed. In order to understand phonetics, it is essential to learn a few rules about syllables. Stress on the última sílaba, last syllable, if the words end in a consonant other than N or S. Madrid. Español, hablar, stress on the penultima sílaba, syllable before last, if they end in N or S or a vowel. GIF, ventana, examen, crisis, exception. If you see a written accent, then you must stress the syllable where the accent is placed. Café, médico, árbol. Remember, all words ending in ion bear this accent. 2.4 Resumen. In this unidad, you have learned some basic Spanish sentences that are used to ask for someone's identidad and nacionalidad. You have also learned to use some new verbs, ser using the interrogative dónde. You have learned to differentiate between a formal and informal form of communication using these verbs. We are sure that you must have enjoyed all the activities and followed the instructions given. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.